Hi guys, Tony here. I really want to talk about the importance of using the lookout function and understanding base speeds of ships. So in this example, this is actually quite old, but for example, this Daredevil is going really slow for a Daredevil. It's going 3145 meters per second. Normally a Daredevil goes around 4k a second, so that tells me immediately that he probably has armor rigs, or maybe a plate fitted, and if he has a plate fitted, if he has lower tier guns to fit that plate, then he probably uh, can't project damage as well. There's a much better chance of me being able to kill him. So this is why I decided to go for this Daredevil in this instance. Normally a Daredevil would have absolutely no chance of killing a Kestrel whatsoever. But I'm able to start the fight at 10k. As you can see here, he's using light electron blasters, and I also, not in this clip, but I looked at him before and I knew he was using light electron blasters, and because of that, his projection is really, really low. Electrons generally, even though the Daredevil has a fall off bonus, even if he loads null, he's not going to do any damage outside 4k. And yes, a Daredevil does have a 90% web, but when he has an MWD scram web and you have MWD scram web, even though I'm 90% web, so I'm down to 40 meters per second, well, he's only going 183, so he's only going to gain 140 meters per second, which means, for him to travel 1.4 kilometers, it's going to take him 10 seconds. For him to get into the electron DPS range, it's going to take him 30 seconds, like that entire fight. So that's one of the ways where you can tell that even a hard matchup, you can win if you know the base speeds of the ships you're fighting, how fast MWD speeds are on, and also if you look at their weapon system as well to see how they project. Then just after he dies, a Hecate lands. Now I'm in pretty bad shape right here. I don't have my launcher fully repaired, and I do have some shield damage, but I'm mostly just contemplating, at the moment just sort of burning off from the wreck, because I assume the Hecate is going to warp down to the wreck. And I just want to take a look at the Hecate to see how he's fit, because you can kill a Hecate and a Kestrel. I mean, I've killed two of them already. And by looking at them and looking at different effects, you can see he has a sensor booster. Now, immediately, this tells you that his fourth mid slot is probably, if it's a sensor booster, then he will never have range control on you. He can't have dual web. You can always run from him. I also visually identified that he had iron blasters, which means his projection is really, really low. He can go into sharpshooter mode with null, but if I can, because his base speed is much more slower than mine, I can hold him at 9k the entire time. And you see there, that's why you should add weapon types to your combat lag as well. You can see there, light iron blaster 2. So at this point, I just want to let him catch me and just do the exact same scram kite tactics as I did with the Daredevil. There is a chance I probably wouldn't be able to break him, but because he has irons, he's not really that threatening to me, and I should be able to control him and leave if I do start taking extended damage. It turns out that this dude, I think he had void loaded or close range ammo. He never had null, and he never switched to sharpshooter mode either. A lot of tactical destroyers will often neglect sharpshooter mode. As soon as they're taking any sort of damage, they tend to stay in defensive mode, even though sharpshooter mode or speed mode is actually a way that's going to guarantee them to fight more than just sitting in their defensive mode. As you can see here, I got the kill on this Hecate there, and that's just because I looked at his ship. I knew he had irons, I knew he had a sensor booster, so I knew that there was no risk in me trying. The worst case there was I would get forced off. In this case, there's now a Tyrannus burning for me, and this Tyrannus, he's a bit faster than what he normally should be, but his speed is sort of going down now, so he might have been heating. Normally a Tyrannus is, I believe it's 3780 ms. But I guess he's probably the right speed. Anyway, decent dual prop Tyrannus is obviously like a really, really hard fight for Kestrel, and I was just kind of engaging him. I didn't look at his ship or anything, but I knew he was in a good fit because he was going the correct speed. If he was going at a much higher speed, then I probably would have been able to, probably would have been much more eager to engage him. So against the Tyrannus as well, like what he wants to do, he wants to heat his AB. So by sort of like cocking him at like overheated web range, you can sometimes get damage on them, and a lot of the time Tyrannuses are they forget to turn on their turn on their AB. So in this case, he's like heating MWD after me. I'm able to get scram web. He is actually able to get on top of me here. You can tell by his base speed that his AB is not quite on yet. Now it's on, and this is when my rocket damage starts dropping. Against a Tyrannus like this, what I should have maybe done is double click past him, because a lot of people when they have orbit or approach on, it's very easy to manipulate their speed and take away the bonus of the dual prop. So I died there to that Tyrannus. I wanted to show you the full clip just so you know, I didn't want to selectively like take away me dying to them away. But anyway, I just thought this is just a really good example of, you know, understanding the base speed of ships and why it's really important, how it can change your decision to whether to engage a ship or not. Thanks for watching, and I hope this video helped.